Quick video. If you have a Toyota Camry and you recently changed the alternator or the battery, and for some reason you go to start it and all you have is a crank no start, this is what you have to check. Unfortunately, sometimes you're always supposed to disconnect the battery when you're messing around putting in an alternator. Sometimes people forget. So what happens is on here, when they go to take this bolt or this nut off to disconnect it, they ground out their wrench against the metal here, and it causes a large spark. And you say to yourself, oh, I hope I didn't do anything. So when you try to start the car, it's just cranking, but it's not starting. So this is what you have to check. And here's your fuse panel. There are fuses associated with different options that aren't working in the car, but you want to check is this fuse here. It's the main fuse right here. A2620-330-30, all right? It's a line fuse, and what it does is it protects, if there's any kind of a major surge coming into your car, it will burn out here before it enters any of the components, which is a good feature to have. And the way you check is if you look on the side here, you're gonna see clear boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, but if you get to that third one, it's kind of it's foggy and hazy. That's telling me that that fuse is broken. So I'm going to show you how we remove it, replace it so you can get your car started again. So now you're definitely going to want to take apart the battery, get the battery out of this compartment, and then we'll proceed with taking this apart. Okay, after removing the battery, what you're going to do is you have a couple of bolts on the side here. You have one here and one here, 10 millimeter. You want to take those off. Let's get those off. After removing those two 10 millimeters, you got one more down here underneath the battery pan. You just remove it, comes right out. So let's remove that one. Okay, now that you remove those 3 bolts, this will come apart. You want to get this off. There's a little clip here. You want to separate that from the sidewall. So you just want to take a screwdriver, or if you got one of those tools that takes the thing out, there's a little spacer here. Comes right out like that. Okay, then you're gonna be able to remove this out of the way a little bit. So now the next thing you want to do is remove this piece here, and the way you do that, there's little tabs in here. You're gonna take your screwdriver and you're gonna push the tab this way, then you're gonna push this one over this way, and you're gonna lift it out. Once you do release those 2 tabs, this lifts right out. Get this up and over. Now you could hold this to the side, and you're gonna have to remove this little plastic cover with a screwdriver. And behind here are 2 more 10 millimeter bolts that hold the fuse in. This isn't a fuse you just pull out, so you gotta remove the 2 bolts. So let's get in there and remove those plastic covers. Once you remove the plastic cover, you fold it down, and you'll see there's a bolt there and there's a bolt right on the other side. You want to remove those. Once you remove the 2 bolts, you should be able to pull this thing right out. Just FYI, when you go to pull it out, you're going to see a little tab right here. You got to open up the tab right there with the screwdriver, then it'll come out. So you pull it, push it, and pull it out. Just like that, and it'll come right out. So this is it here, and you can see where it's busted on the far right hand corner right here, and that's from arcing the alternator. And if this thing isn't complete, you'll have your radio not working, you'll have the lights working, but then the wipers don't work. It's just weird. So always make sure you check this. This is the Fusible, the line fuse for it, and this is the the item number or the model number, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put the link in the description below. So if you have this issue with your car, change this out. Obviously this was it. I ordered one on Amazon. It should be here in a day. And you're just going to put everything back the way you took it apart. And that should be it. So good luck with the repair. I hope this video helped, and we will definitely catch you on the next one. Look forward to more 2010 Toyota Camry repairs. We're going to go over some other diagnostic issues if you have those in the future, or if you're having them now. Stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And I got some good videos on Honda Civics too. We'll catch you on the next one. What do you want to do now, Sonny? One quick tip when you're testing these fuses. Sometimes if you look, obviously you can see this one. It's damaged, okay? But on angles, it kind of looks like it's still connected. So what I like to do with any fuse, get yourself one of these multimeters. They're cheap. If I can find the link to this guy, I'll put it in the description on this video. If you want to buy it, it's pretty cool. You set it over here to noise, the little speaker, and what that does is when you have a short circuit or when you complete a circuit, you hear the beeping. So if you want to make sure, you know, your circuit gets from one end to another, like a long wire or something, or circuitry, you're going to touch one end of the circuit like this, and you're going to touch each one, because this, it's pretty much daisy chained all the way through. So you're going to touch the first one, you're going to touch the second, the third, the fourth, and because this one is suspected to be broken, you want to touch it, and you see how it's not completing the circuit. So it's definitely broke inside here. So that's a quick way to check your fuses. One of these little multimeter jobs here. All right, if you want to look at the name, pull it up on Amazon. It's pretty cool. All right.